around the country have been shaken by violence this past year, trouble between police and citizens, brutality, riots, black versus white, us versus them. It's a hodgepodge of finger-pointing, anger, even hatred. But with all the division that's also created by the media, there's a police department that's risen above the noise to show how officers and community members can work hand in hand to create harmony.
If every community in our wonderful country had a police chief like James Hambrick, I feel like the majority of our problems would evaporate overnight.
Unfortunately, in America, there are still agencies that want to segregate themselves and separate themselves from the community and have that us against them kind of feel and mentality. And I don't police that way at all.
What's unique about Chief Hambrick, he comes from law enforcement, which is an authority in and of itself, but also spiritual authority as a pastor.
You know, he sets the standard of what our police officers need to be.
We need more community interaction with law enforcement because all you see is the bad stuff every day. And there's good sides to law enforcement, there really is.
Him and his wife, they just come from top quality. They're just character people, really conscientious about community strong.
I'm blessed and honored to command the men and women that I do and to serve this police department and to serve our community.
Chief, this is a thrill for me to have you here. I'm just excited that you have come along because, first of all, you're a Renaissance guy. You got a PhD, you're a pastor, you're a police chief, and this isn't where you started either, is it?
Not where I started, but it's where God has elevated me, and I just feel blessed to be able to serve a great community that I serve, the people at our agency that I serve, and I have a wonderful church that I serve, and of course, a wonderful wife and family, so I'm blessed, bro.
You know, when you came out here, it was like you were a rock star. I mean, this audience, they must know of your reputation. They love you. Let me tell you, Chief, I didn't get that kind of response when I walked out here. I just want you to know that, okay? That's pretty good.
Not a rock star. I just served the Rock of Ages.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Why did you go into law enforcement?
I went into law enforcement to serve, and I see ministry, whether it's pastoring, in ministry, preaching, no greater than you know, law enforcement and any other occupation that I do. I see it all as being a servant of God.
Yeah, but do people sometimes say, look, you need to leave that at the church and you're a police chief, you know, just arrest bad guys, put cuffs on them, get them in jail and forget the rest of it?
Well, Governor, this is what I tell them. I said, policing is what I do. Preaching is who I am, so.
There is so much controversy right now about police work, and a lot of people say that cops are going after African Americans. You're an African American chief. When you hear that, how do you respond to it? And I mean more emotionally and professionally, not just, you know, from personal, but how do you deal with that kind of comment from people?
Well, certain situations like that and certain comments like that over the years and past have probably been warranted. People have seen law enforcement as a us against them mentality. I've never had that mentality. I believe in community engagement. I believe in our officers engaging the community, informing our community, and loving and respecting our community. And it takes this one word. It takes somebody humbling themselves. It takes some humility to be brought into the equation.
That's servant leadership. And you do something in Mount Juliet that I think is remarkable. It's called Coffee with a Cop. People can come in and sit down and have a cup of coffee with police officers to build relationships, because it seems like that's where we're lacking, right. A lack of relationship.
Right, it's about building the relationships. It's no agenda. If you were to come, no agenda, no PowerPoint, no platform of anyone up speaking. It's about having some coffee and conversation and just learning our community and our community learning who we are and seeing the sense. So it's been great.
Well, you've got a book called Red, White, and True. How can we get the book?
That book can be found on westbowpress.com.
Well, let me tell you, Chief, we're grateful for you, and I want you to know something. The people of Mount Juliet obviously love you. They're grateful for you. They respect you. And they're fortunate to have you as Chief of Police, and we're fortunate to have you on this show tonight. And I want to say thank you, my friend. God bless you. God bless you. If you know a hero like James that you'd like for us to honor, email us at hero@tbn.tv.